Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be covering the story of Starfield and as well as the bit of history of how the game actually started. I really enjoyed this game so far and hopefully you will too, and I will try to explain the story as best as I could. Thanks to my gameplay from playing and a bit of the websites, I was able to make this video, so thanks all for that. And let's get into it. Before we start the video, I just have to apologize immediately if I mispronounce some names, because for me some of them really complicated or I just didn't know how to name them. Thanks in advance. Before we step to the premise and the main story of the video game, I just wanna mention a few actors that appeared or were voiceland in this video game. For some of them you probably already know, some of them probably never heard of, so here they are. Victoria Atkin, she voiceland for Fortnite, and she was as well in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Second one is Stephen Oyoung. He was voice lining in the Fallout 76, and the Dimitri Rosenthal, who Metro fans will probably know. So first, we're going to start with Starfield history. In 2050, humans first arrived on Mars, and by the 2100, they started living in space. In the next century, humans began colonizing star systems, reaching Alpha Centauri 4.37 light years away in 2156. Following this, they established united colonies, making New Atlantis its capital, while other factions also began to form, such as the Free Star Collective in 2189. Following tensions over unfaithful people in the Nerian system, the Nerian War breaks out between the United Colonies and Free Star Collective in 2196. This lasts for 20 years until the Treaty of Nerion is signed in 2016, ending the conflict and establishing the system Settled Systems. This peace lasts until 23-7, when the Free Star Collective began farming on the planet Vesta in the Lanara system. The United Colonies claim violates the Treaty of Nerion and invades Vesta, killing its inhabitants and beginning the colony war. In 2311, the war ends in the Free Star Collective favor after the Battle of the Chechnya, where the flotilla of military and civilian ships managed to take down major US Navy ships. In response to this, the United Colonies started up their own civilian division, the UC Vanguard. Since the war, a peace has lasted 17 years, up to 2328, where the Starfield takes place. The Starfield's opening mission starts with the mission called One Small Step. It will see you drop into the Crete, a moon of the planet Ancelon. After designing your player character, we don't know all the story beats for the mission yet. We do know is the main focus will be getting the player to clear out the group of pirates from the Starfield Crispus Fleet faction, who have taken over the research lab on the moon. We also know that you have encountered an artifact, one of the several of the central plot stories of this campaign. Upon contract, the character will experience cryptic visions, setting up the central mystery as what is the artifacts and what they do. We know that either just prior or just following your discovery of the artifacts, you will meet Barrett, a scientist and explorer. More importantly, he is a member of the Starfield Central Constellation faction. A faction interpede explorers investigating the artifact. Following your time spent with him, you'll head on to New Atlantis City on Jameson to continue the campaign. Game begins with chapter 1 called Departure. The game begins on Earth in the bustling spaceport city of New Houston. Alex Ryder, a skilled pilot and the engineer, is preparing to embark on a journey that will change their life forever. They have been selected to join the crew of the USS Nova, a cutting-edge starship on the classified mission. As Ryder boards the Nova, they meet the crewmates, each with their own secrets and motivations. Among them are the Captain Amelia Clark, the Dr. Elara Voss, a brilliant scientist with affection for the alien artifacts. The Nova mission is to investigate a mysterious anomaly with the uncharted Proxima Nebula. As the ship enters the nebula, the crew is met with the spilling gas clouds and the unpredictable energy surges challenge Ryder and the crew, as well as they make their way deeper into the nebula, but what awaits them is beyond their wildest expectations. Within the nebula, the Nova stumbles upon the ancient alien derelict ship Icarus. This discovery sends shockwaves through the crew as they hints at the existence of the long-lost alien civilization. Ryder and Dr. Voss lead to exploration team to investigate Icarus, where they uncover cryptic encryptions and advanced technology that defies explanation. As the crew dwells deeper in the alien mysteries, they become embroiled in power-of struggle involving rival factions within the galaxy. The fate of the humanity and the secrets of the cosmos hang in the balance, and Alex Ryder finds themselves in the heart of it. So the premise of the game is this. Starfield is set in around the settled system, just like I explained in the history of the Starfield, on how the game actually began. A region of space heavily colonized by the humankind. The year is 2330, where this technology is highly advanced for allowing people to thriving interstellar civilization, and you will find a host of Starfield factions scattered across the cosmos. These factions range in their ambitions, goals, and situations. Some are the mega corporations, like for example Starfield Xenofresh Corporation faction, while others are ideologically opposed governments like Starfield Free Star Collective faction, and as well as the Starfield United Colonies. We know that all the major players will be involved in the main story in some capacity though. It's likely some, like the United Colonies, have the larger role to play than others. Your character steps, or the main character, steps into the world as the worker for a mining company called the Argus Extractors, and from here, your journey will start. So, conclusion of the game is that, well, it's a space uh, video game, but let's be honest, the gameplay is very similar to other previous titles, so Bethesda like Fallout and many other. The story is, well, I tried to explain this best as I could. I'm probably wrong on a few things, maybe didn't mention some important parts, but if that's the case, I hopefully you can well, fix me on that in the comments down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.